Matt, so good to see you. Today we are talking through claiming Social Security at 62, what you are really giving up. Claiming your benefits early sounds appealing, but the trade-offs can be bigger than people expect, especially if you are a high earner. So a lot of people say, hey, I'm going to claim early and then invest the checks. Why doesn't that strategy work?
Well, it sounds like a great idea, but in reality, people are comparing that to the S&P 500 or the stock market in general, and they're saying it averages 8-10%. Let's do that. But you're never going to find one year the S&P does 8%. You're going to find a year where, it's down 30 or up 30 and every which way. And when you have a short window of time like that, the probability is we're going to have some of those down years. Point
Right.
being is the 8% from year to year with Social Security, that's a steady Eddie line. You don't want to risk your guaranteed income for life by trying to invest the difference. Also, when people say they invest the difference, they usually only do the math up until they turn it on, not factoring in, well, that 8% that we would get with Social Security, that's for the rest of our life, going
Right.
like 10, 30 years.
Yeah, good point. Now, can you walk us through the earnings test, how the $1 for every two rule affects someone who's still working while claiming Social Security?
Yeah, the big catch here is, if you retire before your full retirement age, which for most people, let's just go with age 67, and you're still working. If you make more than $24,480, then the earning test applies to you. Now, in the past, people maybe construed that as a tax. It's not a tax. It feels like a tax because for every dollar you earn, or for every $2 you earn above that 24,000, Social Security takes $1 from your Social Security check, and they withhold it. It feels like a tax as you didn't get it. The reality is you can get it later after you hit your full retirement age, but depending on how the math works, it could be 5-10 years later. So you do have to be careful. If you retire early, make sure you don't earn more than the 24,480, or your Social Security check will be a whole lot lower than you're expecting.
Right. Really good point. That surprises a lot of people. Okay. Now, just to see it in one more way, explain the cost of claiming early, claiming at 62 versus full retirement age versus 70.
Great question. High level, if you start at 62, between 62 and 70, you're basically reducing your payout by about 30%
Yeah.
a year, 30%. And then even more so, of course, if we wait till 70. So it's a big decision. 30% reduction, and that's for life. So we do want to be careful about that.
And the last question I want to ask, Matt, just explain what happens, how claiming early affects a spouse, particularly when it comes to survivor benefits.
So your spouse is going to have, in theory, it feels like they could take all their benefit or all your benefit. That's how it feels. Mathematically, that's not how they do it. The way they do it is a spouse is allowed up to 50% of their spouse's full retirement benefit. So it's like all of theirs and up to half of the spouse's. But high level, that's a lot of money. We work with clients all day, every day. And, sometimes you have a spouse where their Social Security check is $1,000 a month and the other spouse is $3,000. Well, if yours is the $3,000, then you turn that on early and you're the typical male that passes away earlier than the spouse. That may not be the best decision for your wife. Or for
Of course not. Yeah, no, you should not be making that decision independently of each other. That being said, determining when to claim Social Security is probably one of the most important decisions you will make in retirement. I know it's something you specialize in, Matt. So if somebody would like to sit down with you, determine their own unique answer to when they should claim, what's the best way to reach you?
Give us a call at 425-256-3105.
All right. Matt, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron.